Hey, everybody, final seconds, and it looks like Sacramento is going to dodge a big time. All right. They're going to dodge one big time. A win is going to be a win, and, any win on the road is a good win. But, I was expecting a completely different Sacramento Kings team coming out of the gate. And I don't like the way they started this game. Obviously, fourth quarter is good. It's going to get them the victory. And I guess that's all that matters. They'll go to 5-6. But, man, this thing is just too close for comfort. But a win is a win. Beating the Lakers is always good. So, you know what? You'll take it. You'll take it. And now you get ready for Golden State, who beat Cleveland tonight. So the Warriors, they got to be feeling good as they enter play on Sunday, 106-101 there. But you tell me, a little nervous? Were you a little nervous watching this game? I mean, the game's up for grabs with 2 minutes left, and the Kings prevail. And so we're all good. All right, we are all good. All right, you know the routine. We're going to get a lot of people joining us as soon as the game is final, which is in a second. And remember, you can go to the chat line, and we will have a lot of fun. Ryan in Sactown is going to join me as well in just a couple of moments. So keep that in mind. We'll get to as many chats as we can. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a great win. I'm not going to get carried away here. You beat a bad team. It's a win. All right? And again, I don't want to nitpick here, but they found a way to win, and that's really all that matters. And the Lakers are awful. All right? Awful. Absolutely awful. You'll take the victory. All right? You're going to take the victory. And again, I'm going to have a difficult time, getting on a team that just won a basketball game to go to 5-6. But there are some things that concern me in this game tonight. But you'll take it. And anytime you can beat the Lakers, it's a good one. Yeah, that was another horrible call. But the Sacramento Kings get the victory over the LA Lakers, 120-114. And we'll go over the box score. De'Aaron Fox, again, coming up big. How about he and Kevin Huerter, what Huerter does for this team? Once again, Huerter's shooting over 50% from downtown, right? Think about that. How good has Kevin Huerter been? How good has Kevin Huerter been? Thank you. Good win instead of a great win. Oh, gosh, I love you all. You're right. You're right. Any win on the road is a good win. I'm not saying it's a bad win, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I thought the Kings would come out and play a little bit better, all right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Oh, man. Hey, Jeff, thank you very much for the super sticker. We appreciate that and the support. Yep. Yep. Hey, it's all good. You win the game. Thank you, Jeff. Really appreciate your support. Again, hit the chat line. We'll get to it. We're getting a lot of people coming up, and you can send me a message. Also, Ryan in Sactown is going to be coming. 23-23 at the end of the first quarter. And so that's good, right? At least you held them to 23. You didn't score a lot. Hey, Connor. So now I know that Connor is Sea-Dog. That's good to know. Kings are looking like a good team. Defense tightened up towards the end. I would agree with that. I would agree. Somebody says it's going to be a big game. A Golden One against the Warriors should be loud. Yeah, well, you're also going to have about 30 to 50% of the fans are going to be Warriors fans. So keep that in mind as well. That's right. What are you doing on there, Eddie? You seem like you're always negative, Eddie. You're a Laker fan. That's your problem, Eddie. Good job right there. It's calling out Eddie. But at least Eddie's watching. So I can't get on Eddie that much, Eddie, we're just busting your chops, right? Yeah, Fox did look very good, at the end of the game. And, you look at Fox's numbers again, 32 points, 13 of 19 after a slow start. And guess what? 12 assists and 3 turnovers. It's pretty damn good, right? All right, well, let's get some comments from Ryan in Sactown. We'll get to him coming up here in just a moment. I want to let everybody first, though, know that today's show is coming to you courtesy of New Works Plumbing. Just go to sackserviceplumbing.com for all of your plumbing needs and repairs. That's sackserviceplumbing.com. All right, Ryan, we're going to talk to you now. Good to have you on the team. A win's a win. Boy, this thing was too close to comfort. You and I were talking earlier on Listen App, and I thought the Kings would win this game more comfortably. You'll take it. But, boy, what a slow start to this game for Sacramento. Ryan, I'm going to have to put you back in the audience. We got a very bad connection on your end, so I'll get back to you in a minute. Let's see if we can straighten that out. But it was kind of like the way it was at the end of our live show with Sean Salisbury today. All right, so just keep that in mind. Again, we'll get to as many messages as we can. 120 to 114. That's true. You did beat a good Eastern team, although the Cavaliers are finding that the Western Conference coming out west is not exactly the easiest thing in the world. They've lost all 3 games. They lost to the Clippers, the Kings, and now the Warriors. I can't tell you that, Oscar. I don't know why. I don't know why. But all I know is that Sacramento gets the victory, and that's all that really matters. As Fox go, the Kings go. You know what? You better hope that he doesn't get hurt. You better hope that he doesn't get hurt. All right? That's for sure. You better hope that he does not get hurt. A win is a win. Take it. Amen to that. All right, let's see if we can get Rhino back, see if we can get a better connection here. All right, Ryan, let me see if we can hear you. Nope, all bad. I got to put you back. All right. Again, let's get the chats going. Says, we miss you, Grant. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. All right. Let's get to as many as we can. I'm a Raiders fan, Sacramento Kings fan, and I have more faith in my Kings than the Raiders. You know what? I could see that. Yeah, absolutely. De'Aaron has taken the next step. So impressive at the end. I would agree. And this is something that he needed to do this year. Thank you. I appreciate the support. He needed to do it, and he has done it. Is Westbrook a dirty player? I wouldn't say he's a dirty player. He's just so freaking competitive that sometimes I think it looks like he's stepping over the line, Yeah, well, he's not hitting the rookie wall. It's the freaking 3rd week of the season. Come on now. He's not hitting the wall, right? He's not hitting the rookie wall. All right? So, come on now. I mean, he's a rookie. He's going to have his ups and downs. The good news is while he's struggling, the Kings are winning, right? That's a positive right there. Yeah, that was nice the way he stood up to Westbrook. I agree. Totally agree. Yes, we understand that. Thank you very much. we'll get it straightened out. But in the meantime, you got me and I've got you. And just keep on going with your messages and we'll do it this way. All right. What do you think about Cousins trying to come back to Sacramento? What's wrong with you people? Honestly, what's wrong with you people? Why are you even bringing this up? He's not coming back to Sacramento. They don't need him, and he can't play anymore. What's wrong with people? Why are you still talking about this? Stop it already with this DeMarcus Cousins talk. Why do you think he's not in the league? Why do you think that Michael Malone, who couldn't stop salivating over his public comments about DeMarcus last year, why do you think that DeMarcus is not back with Michael Malone and the Nuggets? Think. Why do you think Steve Kerr didn't want him back? Why do you think the Bucks waived him after he was playing so well? Why do you think the Lakers didn't want him back? Why do you think the Clippers didn't want him back? Stop it, would you please, with this stupid ass talk. All right? All right, Rhino, let's try to see if we got you straightened out again. Let's see. All right,
yeah,
ahead,
we
buddy.
straightened out? We
Yes.
straightened out now?
We're all good.
Okay.
How are you, buddy? We're all
Doing
good.
well. Doing well. Not sure what was going on there. A win's a win. And
Yep.
C-Dog was right. It was closer than what we wanted it to be. I think I was a little bit more disappointed with the way they came out in the first and second quarters. Just very low energy. And we weren't coming off a back-to-back. So at least they pulled it together in the fourth. They really picked up their defense. And, De'Aaron Fox, he really is forming into an all-star player. He is hitting those shots. And now when he puts that ball up, more times or not, I think it's going in.
He has completely elevated his game by not one notch this year, by a couple of notches. And I was just saying, the Kings better pray that he doesn't get hurt this year, because if he does, this team is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yes, they will. He's opening up the floor for everybody else with the drives and kicks and with the three ball too. I thought it was really interesting what they said about his balance and what he worked on over the season. And if they do lose De'Aaron, that completely changes the offense. And there's really nobody that I can see that can do those same things on our team right now that De'Aaron can do. So let's fingers crossed nothing happens.
See, C-Dog loves Herter, and the way he's working with Sabonis, I would agree with that. I think that's a very, very good point. Well, we'll see what the GM Monte McNair can do. I think right now you're still evaluating the team because it's still early in the season. But yeah, you are happy for the win, Anita. And Murray is going to have his ups and downs, and that's just the way it is. I think is what I maybe I misread that. You know what? So let's talk a little bit about the Kings rookie, and let's talk about he's going to early in his season. He's going to have ups and downs, Ryan. That's part of being a rookie. I mean, it happens,
Sure. Yet it's to be expected. He's still getting his legs under him. He's in a new city. This is a much longer season than they play in college. Yep. But I think overall, when you look at Keegan, he's played well. Sure, as he cooled down a little bit, but the first few games, he was hitting his shots consistently. And what I do like to see is he's still shooting. He's not backing off. And I think that's really big. So we are way too early to give up on him. He's going to be just fine. And he's trying to find his role too. Do I need to take this shot or do I make that extra pass to Kevin?
He had the best plus minus on the floor tonight for Sacramento at plus 15. I misread Anita's chat. Happy for the win. Seems like Mazzy could not guard Gabriel 3 times in a row. Got to do better with his paint defense. Fair point. Fair point, Anita. Thank you very much for chiming in. But, back to Murray again. So he only scores 2 points, but when he was on the floor, the Kings were 15 points better than Lakers. That means something, Well,
that means he's doing the intangibles, right? Stuff that doesn't show up on the score sheet. So that's great. That's what we need. We need guys to do different things on different nights. And if Keegan is okay with that role, then awesome. So Kings fans should be excited about that.
All right, hit me up with the chat. Ryan and I talking about the Kings victory, and next up, the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, I would agree with that comment that Fox does look like he can get to anywhere that he wants on the floor. That's exactly what he's been doing here this season. He missed the one game that's lost, but in all fairness, Miami was playing without Jimmy Butler in that game. But I think that's a very good point. He does look like he can get to wherever he wants anytime, and he's playing with the most confidence that I've seen him play in his career. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, Grant, great point, and good by the chatter as well.
Yeah.
Something that stuck out by me is De'Aaron in previous seasons. I didn't really know where his spots were, and you're
Hmm.
starting to see in early season this year where he wants to be. He wants to be on the elbow with a little bit of a fadeaway. He wants to be on the wing, mid, range, a little bit of a 1 foot fadeaway. So he is getting to those spots, and those spots he is just killer at right now, and I'm absolutely loving it. And then he can just give him a one time into the hoop and a dish or a foul.
They said Murray's going through some personal things. Preston, it's everyone goes through personal things. Professional athletes are people too. All right. So I think that sometimes we make too much out of that. I mean, Murray played, you know, 26 minutes tonight. He's going to be fine. He's really a player I'm not that worried about. And the Kings are winning while he's not scoring. And I look at that as a real plus. I think that's a very positive thing for Sacramento.
Absolutely. Grant, were you a little bit surprised that they didn't drop into zone the way the Lakers were getting to the basket early in the game, and
Yeah,
especially in the third quarter?
a little bit. I've told you how I feel about zone in the NBA. I think
Yeah.
it's good at times, but I think that in the NBA, NBA teams can really be effective against zones. So, I think it's fine at times, Ryan. I think it's fine at times. I don't know what Mike Brown's philosophy is on using that. I don't know how he feels about that. But again, I'll just say, you said it, a win on the road is a good win. We can nitpick. I nitpicked when I came on here on this stream because I didn't like the way Sacramento started the game against a team playing without LeBron James. This game to me was too close. I thought this game would not be as close as it was. I mean, Ryan, 2 minutes left. This game's up for grabs. It's anybody's game with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, absolutely, Grant. I mean, they had the stretch where they're just trading baskets between 5 and 2 minutes. And finally, in that last two, the Kings took it over for the most part. But, that could have gone either way. So we are lucky to get a win. But like you said, a win is a win. So we'll take it. And hopefully we can carry that momentum over to Golden State.
All right, I think Cousins would be great for this team, Grant. Why are you hating on the dude
Oh
so
my
much?
gosh.
Again, you know what? You people need to wake up. You need to wake up. Do you think the Sacramento Kings are the only team in the NBA? Do you think they're the only team in the NBA? Do you think they're the only team in the NBA that would like a big man? Okay? The Sacramento Kings don't want DeMarcus Cousins because the guy is not a good player anymore. Okay? Again, I can't use a better example than last year with the Denver Nuggets. And Michael Malone, after he was released from Milwaukee, was talking about how DeMarcus needs to be in the league, but they didn't sign DeMarcus until late in the season. Then he talked about how great it was being reunited with DeMarcus and DeMarcus this and DeMarcus that. If DeMarcus Cousins is so good, how come his only real ally in the league, and let's just call it the way it is, Michael Malone didn't want him back? What's wrong with you people? Stop it with this nonsense already. Stop it. All right? Stop it. I mean, it's a joke. I don't know why people are still talking about this. I really don't.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I would love for a couple people in the chat to say one or two positive things that he would bring to the team
There are
if
none.
he was
There's not
able
even
to
one
play in the
positive thing.
NBA right now. No, there's not, and it's just got to end. And it goes off of one tweet, and everything lights up like fire. DeMarcus is not coming to Sacramento.
All right.
It's not happening.
All right. Again, we've got the messages are coming in very quickly, and I'm trying to get to as many as we can. So thank you very much. Are you comfortable with Sabonis taking mid-range jump shots in a game? I'm comfortable with the two-time All-Star playing the way he does. He's 9 of 15. He had 10 rebounds. I have no problem with Sabonis. I mean, I think he's kind of finding his role with this team in the way Mike Brown wants him to use, Ryan. I really do.
Yeah, I agree, Grant. And if he starts hitting that shot, that opens cutting lanes up for guys coming down the lane where he can just dip it over the top. And that's his world. He lives in that lane. What I'm not big on is the three-pointer. He needs to work on that. He'll usually take maybe one a game, but inside elbow all day. Let him do what he does. That's why he has been a two-time All-Star, Grant, like you said.
Yep, not complaining, but why is Pelinka still the GM of the Lakers? Because I think Jeannie Buss loves the man. I really do. No, I do. I think that's why, right? I don't understand why he's the GM. He's done a terrible job, has he not?
And he just got a contract extension less than, I believe, 6 weeks ago.
There you go.
So,
I mean, that
and
tells you a lot.
he's Team LeBron. I
Yep.
would tell you LeBron's the general manager of that team, but
Should Rashawn Holmes be in the rotation? Hey, the Kings are winning, are they not? I mean, they're now 5-6. So I can't, again, I know that this is what we do, and this is why we have shows, and this is why we love talking about this on a daily basis. I have a very difficult time questioning rotations when the team starts winning games. I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah, I agree with you, Grant. There are going to be times where the rotation is tweaked due to matchups. We've seen that already early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what's working, you keep it out there. Great example, Cleveland game. Fox was on the bench with almost 2 minutes to go because Davion was playing great defense and, they were rolling. So it is what it is. Holmes, he's hot and cold. I thought he played well the first game defensively. He was a little bit of a standout on the pick and roll. But
Mm-hmm.
since then, Metu is just taking those minutes, in my opinion. What do you think, Grant?
Yes, I think he is taking the minutes, and here's something else over 32 years, and I think that sometimes, not all the time, I think sometimes fans forget the ebb and flow of a season, and rotations always change due to injuries, and players are in and out of lineups all the time based on a player going into a slump or a player getting injured for 2 or 3 games. And while that player is on the sideline for 2 or 3 games, the player that has the opportunity, and then you can't keep him off the floor, Ryan. So we're only in early November. I still think Rashawn Holmes will have a place for this team, and I think he'll end up helping out this team. I really do.
Yeah, he will find his way. There's no doubt. He will get his opportunities, whether it be through injury, like you said, Grant, whether it be through suspension. You never know. But Mike Brown has stayed true to playing matchups. So I think that he'll be all right and be
Yeah.
ready to go once he comes in.
All right. Again, I'm trying to do the best I can with all the messages, and I'm missing a lot of them, and I apologize. I just can't keep up. When the Holmes should have been traded before the season started. Lydia, I don't believe that. Okay. I believe that he will have a role on this team, and I think later in the year you're going to come back and say, "Boy, I'm very glad they didn't trade Rashawn Holmes." I really feel that way. So time will tell. I may be wrong. I've been wrong before, but time will tell on that. All right. I think he'll be on the floor at some point in the season, and I think he will really help this team at some point in the season. All right.
Yeah, Rashawn also. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know what? He's a veteran, and he can really help some of the younger guys as well. And so he doesn't strike me as one of those guys that's going to just clam up and shell up and keep to himself. He can be very valuable in the locker room and off the court as well.
All right. So are you going to see me in Sacramento when the Kings make the playoffs? Well, first of all, I think that you all are way premature in talking about the Kings making the playoffs. Okay. I mean, I don't think anyone should be talking about the playoffs right now. Okay. Let's not talk about the playoffs until we turn at least till 20. Okay. Please don't do this. You've been down this road too many times before to be talking about the playoffs. You're doing this post-game show. Also happy to see how you show up as the default post-game on Twitter. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm doing this for you all. Ryan, same thing. We appreciate your support. As far as me being at the arena, if they make the playoffs, no, I will not be there. But I'll be following it, and I think I've been very clear on this. I'm rooting for you, okay? I'm you, the fans, to have some enjoyment after 16 miserable, crappy, horrible years. I'm rooting for you, the loyal, crazy, passionate fans, to see your team become good again. That's what I'm rooting for. Plain and simple. Ryan, can you imagine? Could you just imagine if this team gets good again? Could you just imagine?
Oh, it's going to be bonkers, Grant. I mean, everybody is just, they want the Kings to be so good. And I think they see a little bit there where it could happen. And you see how everybody's just like, okay, just can we get to 82 and at least be in the play-in? So it'll be an atmosphere. It might even be like 96, Game 3, Seattle, that you talk about all the time.
Yep.
First game at Golden One.
It was unbelievable. It was my favorite moment. And I announced the first ever game in that building back in November of 1988. And I announced the last game in that building. And I will tell you that I will, that game three, Lakers lost. They're the last in the West. I just wanted to put that up there to show everyone. The, you know what? The game three that you're referring to was without question my most enjoyable moment in terms of just pure excitement, in terms of just craziness that I can remember. It was unbelievable. Look at that. I was 9 years old when the Kings made it to the playoffs. Consider yourself fortunate. There are a lot of people alive that have never seen the Kings in the playoffs, okay? So keep that in mind. I mean, if you're 19 or if you're not 19, you probably haven't seen the Kings in the playoffs because that means you would have had to see them in the playoffs at age 1, 2, and 3, and you probably don't remember, and I'm being kind. So if you're 20 years old or less, you probably have no recollection of the Kings being in the playoffs. That is pretty freaking sad, is it not?
Yeah. The last time they were in was against the Spurs, right? And that would have been
Yes, that's correct. The Spurs, 2006. Yep.
2006.
Yep. So, hey, there you go. All right. So, what do you think for Sunday? Warriors. There's going to be a lot of Warrior fans in the house, and wow, Steph Curry. I guess he went off again tonight against Cleveland. We'll see what happens. They have played twice already. The Warriors beat the Kings twice. It's time for Sacramento to get back on top of the Warriors on Sunday.
You know, while obnoxious, speaking of Warriors fans, it always is fun when you can quiet down the crowd. And obviously the Warriors fans do get loud. But I would love to see the Kings come out, play the same game they played against Cleveland. We know the Kings can play with the Warriors, even if the Warriors weren't playing their best basketball coming off a 0-5 or 0-6 road trip. So, you know, I think that they will bring their game. I think it's going to be a game of runs, obviously. That's how it usually is with the Warriors. But I would expect the Kings to be within 6 or 7 going into maybe 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. How about yourself, Grant?
Yeah, I think it should be a very close game. As far as Fox and Sabonis, you know what? We shouldn't be talking about the All-Star game in the first or the second week of November. Again, fans are way, way, way too crazy with this stuff. All right. The season is 1/8. Okay. I mean, if the All-Star game were tomorrow, De'Aaron Fox would be on the All-Star team. But the All-Star game is not tomorrow. So let's just kind of let the season play out a little bit. You're still not even 500 yet. All right. You're still not even 500 yet. You cannot forget that. You know, the team started 0-4. It's not like those games never happened. Those games occurred. And the standings are the standings for a reason. And, you know, it was not a good night, by the way, when you look at the standings, other than Minnesota, right? The teams that the Kings really were hoping would lose did not lose. They won. So just go out and take care of your business. Don't worry about, you know, everyone else. Just go out and win games. And Ryan, I talked about this the other day. Start taking advantage of your home court like they did the other night against the Cavaliers.
Yes, and here's the bottom line. As much as we would love to have another King on the All-Star team, or maybe 2 of them, that doesn't bring us another W. So at the end of the day, they need to, you know, take care of business at home. I think they're fairly comfortable in the small sample size on the road, but they need to get rolling at home for sure.
And the Kings have now moved into 10th in the West. That's why you have the standings. All right, Ryan, we'll talk to you later over the weekend, buddy. You have a good night, okay?
All right, Grant. Talk to you soon. And happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans out there in the chat and all around.
Amen for that. All right. We'll continue with the chat right here. If you want to hit me up, I will do my very best to get to as many messages as we can. Payback, yeah, absolutely. Oh, I like this. I like this. You know, I like some of the messages I'm getting. Kings 2-0 since the Grant and Ryan postgame show. How about that? I didn't think about that. Thank you, Michael. Good job by you. Good job. Good job. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And this one, anything is possible I'm not ready for Christmas. See, your texts are coming so fast I can't even get to them all. All right, let's see here. All right. Let me see if this pops up the right one. Oh, no, I'm not ready for Christmas. What's wrong with you people? The one I can't put up, anything can happen. Look at what the Spurs did to the Bucks tonight. You're right. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Am I ready for Christmas? Can we please get to Thanksgiving? Is that asking too much? Can we please get to Thanksgiving? Please. Could we? Absolutely. And here's one that I think says it pretty well. All right. Let's see if I put the right one up. Skip Thanksgiving. No, I can't skip Thanksgiving. Who skips Thanksgiving? You know? Favorite food for Thanksgiving? I don't really have a favorite food. I'm not a big turkey guy. I like prime rib for Thanksgiving. I'm a little different that way, you know? I'm a little different that way. I'll eat a little turkey, but I'm more of a beef guy. So, just understand that we all have our different likes and dislikes and everything else. Here's what I do know. You like the fact that the Kings beat the Lakers, all right? And the Lakers are at the very bottom of the standings at 2-10, and they can see them all. And you got to love that. Is it possible for you to call games on YouTube? I've been watching the games on mute. I've been hearing a lot of people have been watching the games on mute. I can't I'm going to, how do I want to say this? I got to make sure logistically everything can work out. I got to make sure it sounds good. And it's not easy announcing games, especially over a monitor. And it takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort. And as of right now, no, I have no plans of announcing a game on YouTube. I appreciate the suggestion. Okay. I appreciate it. But right now, I would say no. All right. Right now, I would say no. I would say no. All right. All right. If you want to hit me up, Anthony Davis started playing well, but the Kings defended him better late. Yeah. I mean, Anthony Davis, yeah, he did have a big game. And I would agree with you. I thought the Kings did do a nice job late. Good job by that. That's a very nice, very nice. All right. And someone talked about the message, worst team when you have Detroit or the Lakers. We'll find out. The Kings play Detroit coming up next week. We'll come back. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The Lakers are pretty bad right now. Please come back to be our play-by-play announcer. You have an announcer right now. It's not an opening. I don't try to get jobs where there's already an individual working in that department. I love all these messages. I think the rumor is out on Davion, heart pump fakes, hoping he gets some confidence in his shot, more confidence. I think that's a very, very nice job on your part. That's what scouting is in the NBA. And I think part of that is with Keegan Murray as well. I think that's an excellent job on your part. Excellent job with that message. All right. Excellent job. All right. Again, if you want to chime in on the chat line, I would enjoy to read what you have to say. That would be awesome if you and Jerry could do a game live on YouTube. The problem with Jerry is it would be past his bedtime. We'd have to do a game on the East Coast. You know what? I have to correct myself. My post-game record is 2-1. You're right. I'm taking all this credit from all the fans saying I was 2-0 with Ryan. It is 2-1. Good job right there. Good job. Excellent job. Excellent job. All right. Again, a lot of great messages on the chat line. Fox is playing like Kobe. Am I right or wrong? He's not playing like Kobe. All right. He's playing very well. He's not playing like one of the best players of all time, but he is playing very, very well. All right. He is playing well. All right. If you want to hit me up, I'm getting to as many messages as I can. That's about above 100 still. Yeah, that's correct. Good math there. Where'd you go? Huge win tonight. Way to close out and get the W. Absolutely. Good job. I would agree with that. You and Pollard post game would be good. Yeah, maybe I'll hit up Scott and see what he's doing. We'll get Scott on the stream. That would be good, right? Yeah, I would like that. That would be fun to get Scott on. King City Edition uniforms are hot. You agree with that, everybody? The new uniform, the City Edition. Are you going to be running into the team store for your holiday shopping? There you go. I always used to go into the team store always, every year on Christmas Eve, every year, to get what I needed for people that wanted Kings. Of course, they were so bad so many years. Like it's like they didn't even want it, you know. So, I mean, I'm just calling the way it is. All right, we are going to wrap up the stream. I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Have yourself a fabulous weekend. Listen up on Sunday after the Kings and the Warriors. Kings win it. They are now a game under 500. So